Hello, welcome to Color Splash. I'm Rachel Miller. It is a glorious day here in Columbus, Ohio. So sunny and beautiful. Second day of October. So perfect a day to paint. I should probably be outside doing something in this beautiful weather, but I'd rather be in here painting and talking to you guys. So, here's what I'm doing today. I am experimenting with weaker versions of my pearl mix. A pearl mix means that there's both satin enamel and acrylic paint. Gosh, I cannot talk. Acrylic paint mixed with my Floetrol to form my pillow paint. And so when I work on tiles, I use a very strong mix, like a 1-to-1 mix when I'm doing my tiles, because what the tiles do, because they're so porous, is they have the ability to stop the chemical reaction that's going on almost instantly. So the pearl cells, what you see when I blow them out, is what I pretty much end up with. That is not the case when you work on canvas. And I don't mean wood canvases, but canvases. The pearl reaction will continue to occur for quite a bit of time after I stop painting. And what I'm trying to do is slow that reaction down because my pearl cells are getting too big. So I am working with a weaker base, and I'm going to see what happens if I just do one of my traditional black hole blowouts. So I'm also going to use a heavier amount of paint so that there's more color for the pearls to eat through. So if it does continue to react after I stop painting, I'm still going to be left with enough color that I'm happy. So I'm starting with some Arteza Payne's Gray. Let's see, I need to pick a shape and go with it. That was a clear error on my part. So let me try and straighten out this colossal catastrophe I've just made here. I should have probably thought before I started painting. That is usually a bonus. That's okay. So I'm just making kind of a sad little starfish shape. If someone else were doing it, I'm sure it'd look a million times better than the sad little starfish that I'm making. But the nice thing is that this is going to be hit with the blow dryer, so as long as I have the basic shape down, it doesn't need to be beautiful right now. I just need to put the color in place. So I'm getting down my Payne's Gray, and I almost always start with this color. I found, especially with the pearl paintings, it adds, oh my gosh, I am making a colossal mess here. Okay, well, it'll still be all right. But holy moly, this is not starting out on a good note. I forgot what I was saying just now. Can you tell I am totally brain fried today? I am so brain fried. I just spent the past 2 hours on the phone going over some really intensive stuff, and my brain is just swimming and is needing a timeout. So painting's good for a timeout, but it makes me sound like an idiot when I'm talking to you. Okay. Anyway, moving on, I am going to grab my neutral gray color. That is not it. This is it. And this is by Amsterdam. I love neutral gray. It is fast becoming one of my all-time favorite colors. It's just this perfect shade where it's not too dark, it's not too light. It really is a beautiful shade. If you've never used neutral gray, do yourself a favor and get online and order some. You will love this color. It looks so wonderful with nice dark blues. I mean, honestly, it looks good with every color. I guess that's probably why they call it neutral gray, because it is neutral enough to go with any set of colors you put down. And I just love the way it creates a lot of texture and dimension in pearls. That and titanium buff are the two colors that I always use when doing a pearl painting. And this is the titanium buff, also by Amsterdam. And this color I use lots of. You'll see it at the end. I'll be able to show you in the pearls. Like, it doesn't, I don't find that it lightens any of the other colors that I use. It doesn't really mix with the other colors. Where I see it is actually in the pearls themselves. And it just sort of creates a little, I don't know, almost a halo inside the pearl, creating a lot of added dimension. So it's not just a flat white pearl. It's actually got this titanium buff and oftentimes the gray in it. And I will probably be coming in and using even more of this color before I start blowing out the paint. So I'll set it down here. Then I think I'm going to grab my King's Blue, also by Amsterdam. Really fun color. Really like this King's Blue color. I got it a week ago and I've never used it before, and I am loving it. Just loving it. There's my King's Blue. I'm going to follow that with Brilliant Blue. I think these are a great complement to each other. There's my Brilliant Blue. Let's see. I want to get a little bit directly on this Payne's Gray. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of Sky Blue by Amsterdam. This is going to be a collection of blues. I love the Sky Blue also. I love all these colors. I guess if I hated the colors, I wouldn't be using them, right? Here's some Sky Blue. Got a little bubble. I'm out of gloves to paint with, so my hands are probably going to look a hot mess by the time I'm done. And here is a little bit of Turquoise Green by Amsterdam. Really pretty counterpoint to these more traditional blue colors. Kind of brings in the sea glass kind of tones. Love these colors together. Then I'm going to grab, where is it? My Iridescent Copper by Pebeo. This color looks so gorgeous with these blues. And it really shines in the finished piece. You can't miss this iridescent copper. It just peeks through here and there typically and just adds such a beautiful sparkle. Love this iridescent copper. And I think I'm really going to try and stick with just shades of blue, maybe a touch of green with this Parakeet color. Parakeet is a color I made myself using Amsterdam Olive Light Hue and a little bit of Artist Loft Soft Body White. Really simple. And then I'm just going to come in with a little bit of Naples Yellow. And this one is, I don't remember if it's Pebeo or Amsterdam. Both are beautiful. The Pebeo is a little bit more transparent. So I guess we'll find out which one this was. Then I'm gonna just come in with a little bit of Prussian Blue, whoops, or a lot of it. It looks very similar to the Payne's Gray, but it is definitely much more blue than Payne's Gray is. Definitely much more blue. And it looks really beautiful with all these lighter blue shades. Okay. I think I would just like to add a little bit more of the turquoise. And then I think that should do it. This is kind of slid a little bit. I'm going to tilt my center back. Okay. Now I'm going to get my cell activator, which is just simply Amsterdam lamp black mixed with Australian Floetrol, and it's kind of to the consistency of baby oil, I would say. I don't have an exact ratio I use. I really go more by consistency. It's runny, but not real runny. You know, it's thinner than syrup, but it's more like a baby oil or a grapeseed oil. And I just want to float this over the paint in the center. And I'm going to be using quite a bit because this paint is going to get blown across the entire painting. And I call this series my black hole series for a reason, and you'll see that here soon. Because I am definitely left with a little bit of negative space right in the center where this cell activator is. Okay, that is more than enough. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to grab my blow dryer, and on the low cool setting, I am going to blow this out. Okay, this is fantastic already. I can see this is going to develop into a really pretty piece. Don't be worried about all the black you're seeing. That black is not going to look like that when this piece is done. Not at all. In fact, quite a bit of it is about to start to go away. Now, if I left it alone just like it is, it would actually, the cells would continue to develop their way in towards the center. But I'm going to kind of help them along by grabbing nothing but a shish kebab skewer and a clean paper towel. And I'm just going to poke a little hole through my cell activator and kind of gently scratch a little bit at the bottom of my canvas. And all I'm doing is creating a little tunnel so that the paint underneath the black cell activator can come up through and kind of show itself. And what you'll see is these little white dots that slowly grow and turn into pearl cells. And I love this because I really get to have some say and control over where my pearl cells go. Now, if I were to scratch and 15 seconds later I'm still seeing no pearl cell, then I would go back and try again. These can be kind of slow to show themselves sometimes. more so on canvas than on tile. I personally prefer to work on large bisque tiles. I think, or even regular floor tiles that have unfinished backs that are still porous, those work too. Because the porous tile really just freezes the paint. So what you see is what you get. And I really like that. And so what I am trying to do over the next couple days is come up with a method to get that same sort of effect on canvas that I can get on a tile, because many more people use canvases than use tiles, right? And I would like for everybody to enjoy the results that I'm getting. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, keep in mind, this is a much weaker pearl base than I typically use. So that's why there are big areas of just color without pearl cells. That would not be the case if I were using my stronger formulation. Come on, pearl cells. I can see that this area is thicker, so I will use the back side of one of these skewers in the thicker areas to try to bring, there we go, a pearl cell up. It works really well in removing some of the excess cell activator. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. I am really excited about this, guys. And these pearl cells that I've got coming are just gorgeous. Boy, some of these are just refusing to come up. There we go. Ooh, that's a pretty one. See how I'm slowly closing this hole? Boy, this parakeet color like seriously took over. I did not expect that. I expected mostly blues, but I got a great deal of this parakeet color. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys in for a closer look. Now, something I could do is create some pearl cells through this area. And if I wanted to do that, I'd do it in the same way. I would simply poke my skewer down through the acrylic. The reason I didn't get so many here was because I didn't have the cell activator force its way all the way down. But I can still create them if I'm able to get the pearl base underneath to pop up through the acrylic on top. So far, it's not happening. This should do it. Well, let me take you guys in for a closer look. Oh my gosh, my allergies are killing me. Is that not a beautiful piece? Oh my goodness. It is a bright kind of starfish shape. And what I'm thinking is that the pearl paint here that you're seeing is going to continue to eat its way this way as this piece dries. And you'll see less and less of this color and more of the white pearls. You can see the pearls are eating their way through from the corner. I just love these pearl cells. But because I can't offer full control on canvas like I can on tile, we're just gonna have to wait and see what this looks like over the next hour or so as this begins to dry. I'm really excited to see what happens. I really genuinely am, because this is gonna be, I think, a really beautiful piece. Another pretty black hole piece. I mean, look at that cell, this one, guys. These are so gorgeous. And look at that copper color showing its way through. This is kind of an odd color combination with this parakeet color. I wish I had left it out, but that's okay. I'm gonna do another one here in a minute, and I think I'll try it without so much parakeet, if any, and see what happens. Look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, these blues are to die for. And I just love that blending of the copper with the blues. I think when that dries, it's gonna be spectacular. And you can see it's really eaten all of these cells I got to come up just by poking the center. They've eaten their way through the black, and I've got just a very small black negative space with now a new little pearl cell. Look at this little guy right there. He's so cute. He looks like an actual human body cell. It's crazy. And look at these. Just gorgeous. Holy moly. So I'm not real good at editing yet. So I will probably have to do another video here when it dries, and I'm going to try to splice them together, but if I can't, I will post a results video so you guys can see what happened to this as it dried. So thank you so much for joining me on this day of experiments. I'm going to get ready and do another one here in just a minute. Thank you again. Please remember to click like and subscribe, and happy painting, y'all. Bye.